So I get up to find out that Finland is going to be in the gold medal game. Now, I want to discuss this just a bit. First off, great game by Kevin Lankinen, and and even the announcer said I'm trying to think of how many Finnish team players have had the first name Kevin. I'm thinking it's a small number, but it may be more popular than you might think. It sounds Canadian. Kevin Lankinen, oh yeah, good Canadian kid lives on the street. Anyway, so that being in mind, he saves 32 today against the Russians. It is another frustrating end to a tournament for a Russian team. And you look at them, and again, and it's much like with Sweden. So I understand that Finland had a better record than Sweden. Therefore, for me to say Finland upset Sweden may have looked bad. But the reality is this, Finland is not a country that has the amount of depth when it comes to that star power that other countries have, whether it's Canada, Russia, or the Swedes, or in some cases the Americans. But there is something to be said for these guys who play in the Finnish league, these veteran players who show up for these big games, and Finland always seems to do well in these kinds of tournaments. So, a 1-0 victory gets them into the gold medal game now, and the Russians have to play the loser of the Canada-Czech game in a bronze medal game. If Canada takes the Czechs lightly, I'll be back later wearing a Czech jersey. I do like these tournaments for this. I like that the underdogs can come through and win games. I've always liked how Finland plays on an international stage, and that the guys like and Antila comes to mind as one. I noticed in their last game, and these guys who are veterans in Europe who've never really been NHLers, maybe never even drafted, not even a whiff of being an NHL player. But then you see them against these guys who are well-known multimillionaires from the NHL. They shut them down. And they play really, really solid structure. So it comes down to that whole idea that sometimes playing as a team is more important than just having the biggest names on the ice or having the biggest star. It's not necessarily going to work for you. Even in this kind of situation where it's like it's an all-star team out there, and then on the other side of the ice you've got, maybe half a dozen guys that, again, for a person like me that I don't follow the Finnish league very much at all, that I don't see these guys other than when I play video games, and, I see them as free agents in a video game. Oh, those are pretty good numbers. I'll add them to my team. So that's the extent of it, and that's the only reason why I know who any of these guys are who have played in the Finnish league for a long time and then play on the Finnish team, is because I've played EA Sports games. I'm like, oh, I know who that is. That's the only reason. So it's quite a story. Finland wins, and again, if you take a team lightly in this tournament, they could beat you. Any of the big eight, they could beat you, which includes, Switzerland, clearly. Switzerland is another country that, again, they play this really solid defensive style, and they're able to pull off upsets. So, between the Swiss, obviously, the Finns have been doing this for a lot longer, but the Swiss seem to be catching up as years go by here. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you watched the game, like I said, I saw highlights and watched the TSN recap of it when I got up to the kind of like, what just happened? I got up, turned on the TV, and there's the Finnish flag going up, and I'm like, oh, okay. Finland won this morning. Good to know. And congratulations to them. So I'd be interested to know what you guys think, and if you're in that part of the world, congratulations. You guys belong in the gold medal game for sure. And Lankinen is Chicago Blackhawk property. That's why I'm wearing the Blackhawks hat, because we've talked about Chicago and what they're going to do in net. This guy just saved 32 to go to a gold medal game. Probably deserves a shot at the roster. And what I remember with Lankinen, going back to the EA Sports connection, is that there were NHL games, and I want to say it's NHL 16, might have been NHL 15. There was one NHL game where he always evolved to become a starting goaltender. I was like, oh, when's this guy going to get drafted? Nope. So he signed as a free agent a summer ago with Chicago, had a decent number of starts in Rockford and, put up some decent stats. Maybe he gets a shot at a job in Chicago this fall. He's 24 years of age. Doesn't hurt to give him a shot, especially when you see him play this way on an international stage. Clearly, he thrives under pressure, and Chicago is a city that will pressure its players. So let me know what you guys think on that front. If you're a Hawks fan, that kind of thing. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.